All right. So here's another drop right from my mouth. Ah, it's the rumor mill.
Oh!
What'd you think?
Well, you went ahead and you got a little cut there. You accidentally got a little cut there on your finger from the buzzsaw.
Anyway,
From the buzzsaw.
all right, no more. Bits over. MCU, X-Men. That is where we're at. There's been rumors from the rumor mill.
Ow!
Nice. Saying that now that the strikes are over, that Marvel is actively pursuing writers for the X-Men.
Hey, Feige, we're available.
I want to be very clear.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I thought it'd be an interesting topic of like, is this the right time? First of all, why is it taking so long? Secondly, is Deadpool 3 going to be what we think it is, and it's going to be the launch pad into bringing the X-Men into the MCU?
Probably. I'm guessing.
It has to be, because it's a multiverse anyway, because it's a different Wolverine.
And to be really brutally honest, I wouldn't. Because
if they're doing X-Men this early, that's what I think.
Filmmakers / producers / actors, and in all three people in all three of those categories. There's few that I would trust more than Ryan Reynolds to bring the X-Men into the MCU. He has shown unequivocally that he has a love and understanding of this character. Nobody could do Deadpool like he does.
And you know what else?
Huh.
That movie has a lot of...
Pew pew quip, pew pew quip.
Anyway, you're just staring at me like, you son of a...
What?
What'd you say?
It was all pew pew quips.
No, and I think that's just an interesting approach to have Deadpool kind of being on the outskirts towards the end of the Fox X-Men stuff, but then being the thing that bridges the gap between them, which is kind of cool. And that's what, if this rumor is true, that's what that points to me. Because why else? Because, I mean, Fantastic Four is, 2025 now, I think? It got delayed another year or something like that. I have fucking no idea with these movies anymore.
I'm excited for it, but...
But I wouldn't be surprised if they were going to do that. It's also kind of been shocking how long it's taken, because they've had the IP for 6 years now, since 2017 I think is when they got the Fox rights. So they've had it for a while, but I'm glad that they took their time and tried to figure out a way to bring it in.
Feige made it clear almost immediately after that deal went through. I don't know if you remember this. I don't think we talked about it because we haven't been doing it that long.
Yeah. I don't know if we've kind of touched this topic before, because we've talked about this and Fantastic Four as well.
Right, but it was very clear. He made it clear, like, hey, X-Men, Fantastic Four ain't coming anytime soon. Okay, we are gonna do this right. The X-Men stuff from Fox was mostly good. The Fantastic Four was mostly bad, and we want to make sure that both of those IPs, when we integrate them into the MCU, that they are done correctly and with reverence, like all of our IPs in the MCU. He made that very clear. He's like, dude, I'm not even close to jumping on that. Wasn't he still... When did Endgame come out?
2019.
Dude, he was like right in the middle of all that shit. So he was like, no, we're not doing anything until at least after that.
Yeah.
And don't be in a hurry for it, because you know what? If we hurry it up, it'll suck.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to suck.
Again,
I'm tired of seeing sucky X-Men movies.
Again, this is coming from like a, what if perspective of like, if this rumor is true. I don't necessarily think it is true. I still think we're a few years off before we get X-Men.
You think?
I think it's really going to depend on Deadpool 3, because
Well, it feels like phase... Okay, so we're supposedly in phase 5 now, right? Because phase 4 ended with Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
Okay, well, let me just say this. And maybe again, I'm having my perspective is skewed by looking back on it, and it's been so many years now. We're talking 12 years now of this stuff. But it seemed to me that there were quicker payoffs in the first 3 phases, right? Didn't it seem like that? And maybe it's because of all the extra shows that there's more content
No,
that it feels
I
like
think
that.
that's the big problem is
Do you think is that why I feel like the payoffs are not coming fast enough?
dude, I think it's the same problem with Star Wars. And
Do you feel like
hold
that?
on.
Sorry.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Answer the next
the
one
TV
already.
shows are bogging the product down.
Yeah, they kind of are.
Because Wakanda Forever was I really liked Loki season 1. Apparently IGN gave it a 5 out of 10 the first episode of season 2, so that's not looking great. But I'm gonna watch it either way. I don't care. But again, actors can't promote shit, so I'm like, oh, that's coming out this week. Whoops. Guess we'll talk about it next week. But
well, we don't do our show on Thursday, so fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Nice. But it's like, again, and we're not gonna beat a dead horse. You and I, our minds changed after the finale of Moon Knight. Miss Marvel was fine.
Miss Marvel was fun, but necessary. Not.
It should have been more than 6 episodes. That's the big
Right.
problem. But
You shouldn't force that into like a certain number of episodes. And let me make this clear. When I say it was fun, but was it necessary? I'm speaking simply for myself. I am aware of the fact, and I love the fact that there are people out there of Pakistan and Afghanistan, culture that are like sweet. That was cool to see myself represented in popular media. For that reason, yes, I think it was necessary. But the story itself, it was necessary because what was it called? The Great Schism?
I think so, yeah.
But I don't think I knew anything about that.
That's another problem too, Tyler.
Right.
I can remember a lot of things from these MCU movies. I can't remember hardly anything from the shows.
Well, because there's so many of them.
I've said it on the show already. In a perfect world, Endgame would have been it, and we would have just waited 5 or 6, 7 years, and then just do a new one. Because you're gonna do that anyway.
And start with Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four, like the comics did.
I think that you would have to do a whole new cast because we've already been so picky and choose Patrick Stewart's not going to do it. The man is getting up there in age. That was just a one-time thing with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
James McAvoy maybe, but again, it's going to be confusing because then it's like, well, the Fox universe was existing this whole time, but it was just in a different timeline. We just pulled that timeline.
Well, it depends on how they do it.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. I would say that if I were to bet,
Feige, we're available.
the strike's over. We're ready.
We're
not
ready.
scabs.
We're scabbing it up tonight.
No, we're not. The strike's over.
No, what?
The writer's strike's over.
Scabbing it up.
The actors isn't over yet.
Yeah. They're going to cave too. They're going to have to.
Yeah, I mean, you can have all these writers, but who's going to act?
I will. We'll have AI actors. Oh, yeah? Like that Toronto Blue Jays thing that you made out of AI that was horrifying.
Fun fact about that with the WGA strike. Remember 5 months ago they're like, "There's no way we can't eat. Our companies can't survive." So now also we saw Netflix is doing a price hike because of the writer's strike.
Fuck you.
I fucking hate capitalism.
Why the fuck do you think I'm not getting Netflix? I don't give a shit what's on Netflix. You fucking ruined it, Netflix. You fucking ruined it. I don't give a shit. I'm never going to watch anything unless you put it on a DVD and I can rent it somewhere or something.
Or I can. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really debating it now because I'm starting to think about.
They cancel their shows right when they get good so they don't have to pay those people.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck you. Where the fuck do you get your goddamn DVD delivery service? Get off your fucking horse. Yeah.
Why is it not working?
Ew, fuck you.
Yeah. They get
pretty much
those dicks. But I'm excited if that is true because as someone who hasn't been
fuck you.
As someone who hasn't been a big XMen fan,
what's wrong with you?
I don't know. I just haven't found the right books. I don't know. Give me some X-Men books to read. Maybe I can find them on Comixology.
Yeah, let me think about it.
I think they have the Ultimate X-Men on there. I was wrong.
See, I never read that.
I was
Ultimate
wrong.
Shit.
That's Grant Morrison, I think.
That's fine. I never read any of that. No, Grant Morrison wrote the actual X-Men, not Ultimate X-Men.
It wasn't. I said it was Whedon, but I don't think it was Whedon. Whedon didn't do Ultimate.
No, Grant Morrison did have a stint writing the X-Men, but it was not Ultimate X-Men.
All right.
It was not in the Ultimates
Good job,
universe.
man.
Well, no, it's just I largely frown on the Ultimates shit, except for like Miles Morales.
Because everything with Spider-Man sucked. It was good
Everything
for a while.
about it sucked,
Yeah.
really. I mean, it was basically like, how can we fuck this up? The idea was how can we make our how can we reboot our universe without rebooting it? Like, how can we take the Marvel universe and change it slightly, ever so slightly, so it's different,
No, it's new,
but it's
for a new
still
generation.
familiar? Exactly, right?
That's DC's did it with those Earth 1
Right.
books.
But Marvel was smart. They were like, what if this really fucking blows? Let's go ahead and do this, but say it's a parallel different universe.
It's Peter Parker, but
We'll
it's a different
keep
Peter
all
Parker.
of the
yeah.
stuff
this
over
is
here.
616. This is the
this
ultimate.
is still Steve Rogers, Captain America, but he's the Red Skull's dad over here.
Whoa.
What? Did you read any of that stuff?
The ultimate Captain America stuff?
Yeah, he like somehow they made it so that he's Red Skull's dad.
What?
Yeah, I know. Fuck off. No, but DC was dumb about it. They were like, we're gonna redo everything, and like, what if it sucks and you're fired? You know, and a couple months later,
We've had discussions about how
the
I feel
publisher-
about continuity.
a couple months later, the publisher was like, this sucks. Why did we do this?
Tyler.
What about the guy who got fired that you fired that said to you, what if this sucks? And you fired him. Oh, well, I don't care. I'm CEO of fucking Warner Brothers. I'm
just gonna start.
a
putting
nut
paper.
job. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.